And I think where Escape shines the most is like coming up with thousands, if not several thousands of unique test cases to put forth against your application endpoints, and be able to get wider coverage and visibility. So for Rapid7 or their equivalents that are sort of older solutions in the marketplace, it requires for you to like very clearly like specify your application and very clearly definitively type out like, here are my endpoints that you need to test. And I think one of the best benefits that Escapes brings, especially to Double Verify, is the integration with all of our existing partners. So we today aren't like manually building our inventory and manually feeding in, here is the application endpoint that you need to scan. It's doing a lot of that inventory capability just based off of the integrations that we've already established. From there, beginning to scan everything and almost treating it all as like if it's a production environment. So we at least can get some crawling capabilities and additional discovery capabilities without much human in the loop. And I think getting that broader visibility gives us more opportunities to increase our authenticated scan coverage, definitely increase the number of potential attacks that we're putting against these environments, and also quickly delineate between what is like a production versus staging environment without, once again, spending a lot of human time. And I think that's the biggest benefit that Escapes brought Double Verify relative to previous DAST solutions in the market, or even comparative to like Burp or like a Zap. Those are also good DAST solutions to have in your arsenal, and especially helpful when doing like manual validation of particular findings, or manual retesting of particular findings. But when it comes to automated solutions, Escapes gives us definitely the most visibility and coverage, as well as the most testing coverage relative to any previous solutions that I've seen introduced.
Double back on Seth, exactly what he said. I mean, we're a newer Escape customer. We just baked off earlier this year Escape versus, I don't know, 5 or 6 different DAST solutions in the market. I would say the biggest 2 components that were the difference makers for us is, one is discovery. I think the discovery portion of Escape is a lot better. I think the older legacy DAST solutions kind of require you to kind of know exactly what to point it at, and it just runs that pre-hard-coded 30 tests, 40 tests that it knows about, and just that's all it does. Versus Escape, it might be some stuff you don't know about your application, maybe some points you don't know about. You just point it, at your main application, and just let it run discovery, and you can, let it discover some things you might not even know about. Or let's say for some reason something got pushed for production and security team wasn't informed. Boom, I want a DAST scanner can discover that and say, hey, nobody told us to add this into our scan, right? So I would say the discovery portion. And the second, as I would describe Escape overall, is just like a smart DAST. It's a lot smarter than the other solutions we tested. Again, thinking about the legacy DAST solutions, they just have like pre-hard-coded test cases, and it doesn't really understand the context of where it is inside of its testing. It just runs the 30 test cases, goes to the next step, further down to the API code, runs the same 30 test cases. We saw Escape being a lot smarter, understanding what is happening, where I am located, what is this? Like we saw, for example, it's finding, it's a billing API, and it's found, okay, I think this is a billing ID. And it's like 001. Let me actually try a few other IDs, see if I have access to get some other people's billing. So it's a lot more understanding of what's happening, where it's at. And I think this is a lot of the tooling, security tooling overall. The modern, we talk about modern tooling, where it's going is having that context and being a lot smarter about what it's doing versus running the pre-hard-coded tests. That is just to check box that I ran against the 30 known vulnerabilities and I'm done.
However, let me just say, I'm coming from a development background. Maybe this is kind of funny that I'm saying it this way, but whatever tool you're using, the most important thing, actually, those are very important, but also the team you're working with and how they're responding and how, how much your feedback is taken. Those sorts of things are also very important when you're choosing a vendor.